There's a powerful truth that often gets overlooked in conversations about aging. Your eyes are not simply deteriorating because of your age. They're responding to the signals you give them every single day. Most people over 60 begin to accept that fading eyesight is inevitable. They adjust to brighter lamps, larger fonts, and stronger glasses. But behind the scenes, something deeper is happening. Your retina, the part of your eye responsible for converting light into electrical signals the brain can understand, is highly metabolically active. It's not just a passive receiver of vision. It is a neural tissue. And just like your brain, it can be nourished, protected, and even optimized. But you have to know what it needs. One of the most powerful tools for doing this isn't found in an expensive bottle or a laser procedure. It's found in a humble seed, one that's likely sitting in your kitchen right now. Flax seeds are a neurological ally that many people overlook. What makes flax seeds different is that they offer a trifecta of benefits: omega-3 fatty acids, potent antioxidants called lignans, and a high level of dietary fiber that supports your gut-brain axis. Each of these properties contributes to a system-wide reduction in inflammation, which is one of the key drivers of age macular degeneration and chronic dry eye. Studies show that people who consume flax seeds regularly report less eye strain, improved tear film stability, and even better visual acuity over time. When you consume flax seeds, your body converts the alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, into longer-chain fatty acids like EPA and DHA, both of which are foundational to the health of your retina. The retina is composed of cells that rely heavily on DHA to function properly, and when these fats are deficient, degeneration accelerates. But flaxseed's power doesn't stop at the retina. It extends to the very systems that regulate how your eyes interact with the world. For example, flax lignans have been shown to have estrogenic properties, which in aging women especially can play a neuroprotective role for both the brain and the visual system. Estrogen is known to regulate blood flow, reduce oxidative stress, and promote retinal resilience. In both men and women, flax seeds support circadian alignment thanks to their ability to influence melatonin rhythms. Why does that matter? Because your eye health is deeply tied to your sleep cycles. Retinal repair mechanisms peak during deep sleep, and disruption in circadian rhythm impairs this regeneration process. A properly aligned sleep-wake cycle, supported by flax's natural influence on hormonal balance, allows your eyes to restore and maintain clarity. Where vision is not just about seeing, it's about perceiving, processing, and responding to the world around you. And that process is fundamentally neural. We often forget that the optic nerve is just that, a nerve. It is part of your central nervous system. So when we talk about saving your eyesight, we're also talking about protecting your brain. Nutrition that supports your retinal cells also supports your cognition, your memory, and even your emotional stability. And the science is clear: integrating 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed into your daily routine, whether in yogurt, oatmeal, smoothies, or even just water, isn't a health fad. It's a neuroprotective protocol. It's low cost, high impact, and backed by decades of nutritional neuroscience. If you want to preserve your independence, your ability to read, to drive, to recognize the faces of the people you love, then understand this: vision loss is not inevitable, but action is required. Start with something small, start with a seed. As we age, one of the first things we begin to notice is a change in our vision. Letters blur, light feels harsher, our ability to see clearly at night diminishes. Most people over 60 chalk this up to just getting old, but what if that wasn't the full story? What if your vision decline wasn't just about age, but about missing raw materials, nutrients that your eyes and brain are literally starving for? The retina is not just a part of the eye, it's an extension of your central nervous system. That means the health of your brain and your eyes are intimately connected. Protect one, and you protect the other. The retina processes light, color, depth, and motion, essentially acting as a neural translator between the external world and your internal experience. But it's also one of the most metabolically active tissues in the human body, making it extremely vulnerable to oxidative stress and inflammation. This is where most age visual diseases begin, not in the lens or cornea, but deep in the retina and the nerve fibers behind it. Now, here's what the science reveals. One of the most powerful tools to protect these delicate structures isn't a synthetic medication or a surgical intervention. It's flaxseed. This small, brown, nutty tasting seed has been the subject of dozens of studies related to cardiovascular health, hormonal balance, and digestive health. But what researchers are now uncovering is its role in ocular and neurovisual preservation. Flax seeds are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that your body can convert into EPA and DHA, the same long-chain fats found in fish oils. DHA, in particular, is concentrated in the retina, where it ensures fluidity in cell membranes and supports photoreceptor function. When these receptors degrade, vision fades, but when they're nourished, when they're given what they need, they not only stabilize, but can even begin to regenerate. But flax seeds' benefits go beyond just nourishing the retina. They also modulate systemic processes that directly impact your eyesight, especially the sleep-wake cycle, tear production, and intraocular pressure. Studies now show that lignans in flax seeds help balance melatonin levels by supporting healthy estrogen signaling. Why does that matter? Because melatonin is a crucial regulator of circadian rhythm, and proper circadian alignment is essential for ocular repair. The eyes aren't just windows to the soul. They are light sensors that reset your biological clock every single day. When your circadian rhythm is misaligned due to poor sleep, artificial light exposure at night, or hormonal imbalance, your retinal cells suffer. They don't recover, they don't regenerate, vision degrades. But when you consume flax seeds consistently, the lignans and omega-3s help realign your hormonal clock, improve your sleep depth, and thus restore the natural repair cycles of the retina and optic nerve. Furthermore, flax seeds reduce the risk of dry eye syndrome, a common but overlooked issue among aging adults. Dry eyes aren't just uncomfortable, they also interfere with light processing, clarity, and focus. Research shows that ALA improves tear stability, reduces eye surface inflammation, and restores ocular moisture. This makes daily visual tasks from reading to driving not just more comfortable, but neurologically efficient. Because when your eyes are strained, your entire nervous system has to compensate. That compensation leads to fatigue, brain fog, and increased cortisol. So preserving your eyes preserves your mental clarity. And it all begins with a seed. 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed consumed daily can shift the entire trajectory of your vision, not by masking symptoms, but by addressing the root cause. Aging does not have to mean blindness. You're not losing your sight. You're missing your fuel. The belief that vision loss is a natural and unavoidable part of aging is one of the greatest myths in modern health. Most people over the age of 60 begin to accept vision decline as their new normal, adjusting their lives around blurry text, increased glare, and difficulty recognizing faces in low light. But neuroscience paints a very different picture, one that reveals how the health of the retina, optic nerve, and even the brain can be preserved and enhanced through specific nutritional and behavioral interventions. One of the most underrated of these interventions is a seed, flaxseed. The human eye, particularly the retina, is rich in neural tissue. That's right. The retina is an extension of your brain. What affects one affects the other. And when you understand that, flax seeds are small, but they are biochemically powerful. Each seed contains alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that serves as a precursor to DHA, a critical fat for the photoreceptors in your eyes. DHA forms a structural component of retinal cell membranes. Without it, those membranes stiffen and become less efficient, leading to slower signal transmission and poor visual acuity. In simpler terms, your eyes stop functioning at their peak. But this isn't just about clarity, it's about protection. DHA also buffers your retina from oxidative stress. As light hits your eyes every day, it generates free radicals. In younger adults, these are cleared quickly. In older adults, without the right nutritional defenses, damage builds. ALA from flax seeds gives your body the ability to replenish those protective fats. Additionally, what makes flaxseed truly unique, though, is how it works on multiple systems that converge on vision health. It doesn't just act directly on the eyes, it affects hormone regulation, inflammation levels, sleep quality, and even gut health, all of which contribute to ocular performance. For instance, Melatonin, a hormone that regulates circadian rhythms, has been found in the retina and plays a direct role in protecting retinal cells. Melatonin secretion naturally decreases with age, and poor sleep further suppresses it, but flaxseed consumption has been shown to improve sleep quality, likely due to its effect on hormone regulation and inflammation reduction. This means that your nightly repair processes, including those in the retina, become more efficient. Better sleep equals better vision. There's also a critical brain-eye connection that can't be ignored. The optic nerve is not just a cord of tissue. It's a data highway delivering visual information to the brain's visual cortex. If that nerve is inflamed or poorly nourished, everything from depth perception to contrast sensitivity to reaction time begins to suffer. And this matters not just for reading or watching TV, but for balance, walking safely, and avoiding falls. Vision is a safety tool, a cognitive tool, and a quality of life tool. It protects your independence. Integrating just 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed into your daily meals, whether in smoothies, yogurt, oatmeal, or even plain water, can be enough to begin that process. It's not hype, it's neurobiological reality. One seed, daily, sustained. And your eyes, your brain, and your future self will thank you for it. Your eyesight is one of the most powerful tools you have to interact with the world around you, and yet most people over 60 accept its decline as inevitable. But the truth is, vision loss is not just about age, it's about inputs. What you feed your nervous system determines how it performs. The retina is not just part of the eye, it's part of your brain. It processes light, motion, depth, and detail by converting photons into electrical signals the brain understands. This neural activity is intense and requires constant support from the right nutrients. Unfortunately, most diets today, especially those lacking in healthy fats and antioxidants, fail to provide that support. And that's where flax seeds come in. These small, powerful seeds are loaded with alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 that your body can convert into EPA and DHA, both of which are crucial for healthy retinal and brain function. DHA, in particular, flax seeds don't just nourish your eyes directly, they influence multiple systems that in turn determine the health of your visual system. For instance, inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of age vision disorders, including macular degeneration, glaucoma, and dry eye syndrome. Chronic inflammation damages the fine blood vessels that supply the retina, decreases tear production, and impairs the regeneration of photoreceptor cells. But flax seeds are rich in lignans, natural polyphenols that act as both antioxidants and anti-inflammatory agents. These compounds scavenge harmful free radicals, reduce systemic inflammation, and protect the sensitive tissues of the eye. At the same time, one of the most overlooked factors in eye health is the role of circadian rhythm, the body's internal clock that governs everything from sleep to hormone secretion to cellular repair. The eyes are central to regulating this rhythm because they are the primary detectors of light. Every time light enters your eyes, it sends signals to the brain's suprachiasmatic nucleus, skin, which sets your sleep-wake cycle. But here's the twist. Your eyes are also regulated by the circadian system. Melatonin, the hormone responsible for sleep, also has receptors in the retina and has been shown to protect retinal cells from oxidative damage. Aging disrupts this rhythm, often leading to poor sleep, lower melatonin levels, and reduce retinal repair. But flaxseed, through its impact on hormone balance and inflammation, has been shown to improve sleep quality, which in turn supports retinal recovery. Better sleep means better vision because the retina does most of its repair and detoxification during the deepest stages of rest. Then there's the issue of dry eyes, a condition that affects nearly 50% of adults over the age of 60. It's not just an annoyance, it's a neurological stressor. When your eyes are dry, inflamed, or irritated, the brain has to work harder to maintain focus, causing mental fatigue and even triggering a stress response. ALA from flaxseed directly improves the tear film, the thin layer of fluid that keeps the surface of your eye lubricated. It stabilizes the lipid layer, reduces tear evaporation, and helps restore moisture to the cornea. People who consume flaxseed consistently report less eye strain, fewer headaches, and greater clarity, especially after tasks that require prolonged focus, like reading or computer work. What this all comes down to is simple. Your eyesight is not just a function of age. By the time most people reach 60, they begin to experience small yet significant changes in their vision. Difficulty seeing clearly at night, needing more light to read, struggling to focus on fine print. These changes are so common that we've come to accept them as inevitable signs of aging. But modern neuroscience and nutritional science are telling a different story. Vision decline doesn't happen simply because of the passage of time. It happens because our visual and neural systems are starved of the raw materials they need to thrive. The retina, which is part of your central nervous system, has one of the highest metabolic rates in the body. It is constantly processing light, adapting to contrast. One of the most effective yet underutilized nutritional tools for vision health is flaxseed. This tiny seed is rich in alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that plays a critical role in reducing inflammation and protecting cell membranes throughout the body, including those in the retina. ALA can convert into EPA and DHA, long-chain fatty acids found in abundance in the brain and eyes. DHA, especially, is essential for the survival and function of photoreceptor cells. These cells are responsible for converting light into signals the brain can interpret, and when they deteriorate, vision becomes distorted, blurry, or lost altogether. Clinical studies have shown that diets rich in omega-3s, including ALA from flaxseed, slow the progression of age macular degeneration and improve overall retinal resilience. What's more, the body can absorb these fatty acids more effectively when flax seeds are ground, making it a simple yet powerful addition to any daily routine. Flax seeds also contain another vision-saving compound, lignans. These are polyphenols that function as antioxidants and phytoestrogens. As antioxidants, lignans neutralize the free radicals that build up in the retina due to light exposure and metabolic stress. Over time, free radical damage can erode the delicate neural structures of the eye, leading to diseases like cataracts and glaucoma. But lignans help shield those structures as phytoestrogens. Lignans also help maintain hormonal balance, especially estrogen. This is significant because estrogen has a protective effect on eye tissue and blood flow. After menopause, estrogen levels decline, which increases the risk of dry eye syndrome and retinal thinning in women. But even in men, hormonal balance influences inflammation and circulation, two keys to eye health. By supporting this balance, flaxseed offers both men and women a natural way to preserve the systems that support vision from the inside out. Another major factor that often goes unaddressed in vision decline is sleep. Your eyes are not just tools for seeing, they are directly connected to your circadian rhythm. The light that enters your eyes each morning sets your biological clock, while melatonin, the hormone that governs sleep, is also produced and used in the retina. Poor sleep and disrupted circadian rhythms impair the eye's ability to detoxify, regenerate, and repair itself. So retina repairs damage during deep sleep cycles, and without quality sleep, that repair slows. Flaxseed consumption has been linked to better sleep quality, likely due to its anti-inflammatory effects and influence on hormone regulation. By restoring deeper sleep and better circadian alignment, flaxseed helps restore your eye's ability to heal itself naturally each night, setting you up for clearer vision during the day. Finally, one of the most widespread complaints among seniors is dry, irritated eyes. This isn't just a matter of discomfort, it interferes with focus, increases mental fatigue, and over time can even damage the surface of the eye. Flaxseed's high ALA content has been shown to increase the quality of the tear film that protects the eye. It improves the lipid layer of the tear, preventing it from evaporating too quickly, which is one of the primary causes of dry eye. People who consume flaxseed regularly report reduced eye dryness, better visual stamina, and even improved focus during reading or screen time. When your eyes are well lubricated, your brain doesn't need to work as hard to maintain clarity, and you feel more mentally sharp. In other words, your eyesight isn't just about what you see, it's about how your brain interprets, processes, and sustains that visual input. The conclusion is simple. Aging doesn't have to mean losing your eyesight. The human visual system, like the rest of the nervous system, remains plastic, capable of adaptation, protection, and even recovery when supported with the right inputs. Flaxseed is not a miracle, But it is a tool, one with scientific backing, biological logic, and real-world impact. 1 to 2 tablespoons a day, ground and integrated into your meals, can improve the health of your eyes, your brain, your sleep, and your hormones. That's not just nutrition. That's neuroscience applied to daily life.